I had one little girl come out, she was about 9 years old, terrible, terrible case of what she had went through the night before. And her mom just said she just wants to come and thank you. And so I knelt down in the hallway. Sorry. I knelt down and I said, "Oh, you're so pretty." And she came over and she just fell on my shoulder and started crying. And her mom said she won't let go of her blanket. She's been dragging it with her everywhere we go. And she was back that morning for a follow-up visit because of the extreme nature of what had happened to her the night before. And she was just weeping on my shoulder. And my children just stood quietly next to me. And then we walked downstairs at the end of our visit. And we got into the car and it was completely silent. Nobody could say anything. And finally, my little one, who was probably about 6 at the time, said, "Mom, is that a hurt kid?" I said, "Yeah, baby, that's a hurt kid." And she said, "Well, this is why we do it." And I said, "Yeah, this is why we do it."
It all started, Deposit Operations had a thing going on for Community Connect, and we decided to make some tie blankets, and we were just going to make a few. But then after we did that, I went on my own and went and asked for pay-it-forward funds from other employees. Also, I set up a thing down in the break room here to collect pajamas for the kids. So we raised $14,500 in pay-it-forward funds and 251 pairs of pajamas and 21 tie blankets. And you thought you were only getting 10 blankets.
I did. And to find out that my husband knew about it, so I came in and I thought, oh goodness, like I know I'm gonna cry.
It's a dream come true every time. Every time people come together to make this possible, you're not only helping children of abuse, you're fulfilling my personal dreams of being a world changer. So 6 years ago, with a dream and no budget at all, we walked into Target and began purchasing items for children of extreme child abuse. And we set it on our dining room table and we said, okay, here we go, with an idea that we would just help children in the Fargo-Moorhead community. Fargo told Bismarck, Bismarck told Minot, Minot told Grand Forks, and it kind of exploded on us. And we didn't know what we were in for. We began to have dreams of being statewide in 5 years, and we were statewide in our first year because people came together and saw a need and helped make it possible.
We're helping on average 225 kids a month. $14,000 covers 300 children. And we provide them with a backpack to go into foster care because so often they leave their home without anything. All their items are thrown into a garbage bag. And we just wanted them to have something that they could carry with pride and with dignity that doesn't leave them feeling like garbage. So this is our basic backpack. They'll get their pajamas and their socks and their little underwear. Everything's kind of tucked neatly inside. Then she'll get her fleece-tied blanket, which is always cut and tied by people who care about these kiddos. And so this blanket will go with them time and time again, and that's why these blankets are so important, because we know that this is the one piece that children will take with them from foster home to foster home. And then they get their book. It's You Are Special by Max Lucado. It's a wonderful book that talks about self-worth, but the reason we picked this book is because it says on the last page, remember, Eli said as the women walked out the door, you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes. And the kids that we serve every day are told that they're unlovable, that they're not wanted, and that they're a mistake, and we just want them to know that God doesn't see them that way. We help kids in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, so you just never know where you're gonna bump into somebody. And we were eating after a speaking engagement that morning at a restaurant, and a little guy came in and a mom said, we saw your truck outside, we don't want to interrupt, but my son's got a bag, can they just come over and say hello? So a little guy walked up and he said, do you remember me? Do you remember my bag? He said, I'm the one who got the camouflage blanket. And I went, oh man, did you also get the camouflage PJs, because we color coordinate everything and it perfectly matches? And I said, oh, did you get the camouflage PJs? And he goes, yes, that's me. That moment he felt known. And that's really what this is about, is they just want to know that somebody cared for them in their darkest hour, and we're able to do that. It's days like that where we go, it's hard, it's tough, but this is what makes it worth it.